Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 23. In today's video I'm going to show you how to get gold in all of the sections here in Silverstone for the British GP. On screen right now is my controller overlay, so if you want to look at that now you can pause the video, or otherwise let's crack on with the video. So preparing ourselves for turn 1 of the newly revised Silverstone layout. This is club corner, so into the straight for turn 1. We're going to be braking quite early here. See as the rumble strip just appears on your left hand side there. Start braking as you meet that rumble strip. Now get into the left hand side and do not change up to 4th gear. You can just stay in 3rd, balance it around the 3rd, and then start to drop into the right hand side for the village corner. Downshifting to 1st as you get into the village corner, and then back into the left of the loop. Downshifting 1st once again. Just clip the apex there, so we did lose a bit of time, but a nice smooth acceleration will get us across the line for the goal. So let's do that one more time, coming out of curve 17 and then into the right. We'll prepare ourselves for the straight, and once again keep an eye on the left hand side of your screen. There is the curve, it's approaching, bang! Brake nice and early, prepare yourself for the brakes, and go tight to the apex of Abbey. Lean into the left hand side, still in 3rd gear, gently bringing on the acceleration. Start braking as we swing it back into village corner, downshifting to 1st at the very last second, and back into the left for the loop for the extremely tight apex of turn 4. Bring on the power, get across the line, and that is the gold once more. So now onto a more difficult section. This is sector 2. Into the left hand side, we're going to be nice and smooth. Look how far we're pushing the left analog stick, and we're just gently going to gradually remove our thumb just to leave it in a more natural position. Brake there as the bright green part of the track on the right hand side there starts to illuminate. That gives you a chance to brake there into Brooklands, but now into Luffield for turn 7. I'm going to stay on 2nd gear for this one, but I'll show you how you can drop down to 1st as well. Give you a bit more power coming out to turn 7. Keep over to the right hand side, but be gradual with the acceleration. Go too eager on the power and you'll go straight off the track, so be very gentle on the right trigger. So let's see that one more time. Into the left hand side, pushing over the left analog stick, getting caught onto the apex of the Aintree corner. Keep an eye on the bright green. Underneath the bridge we go. There's a bright green. There's a bright green. Bang. Start braking right there. That puts you in a wonderful situation to brake into Brooklands. So I'm going to try downshifting to 1st gear to see if we do get that extra benefit. Does make the bike a little bit loose, and for some reason I do get a small bobble here as I bring on the acceleration. Just be very careful if you try and replicate that in your game. Don't want to be firing Augusto Fernandez over the handlebars. But that is sector 2 done. Now on to sector 3 with the longest autopilot ever. Brake really early here before that Monster Energy sign to your left hand side there. It might seem unorthodox to go this early and this tight, but it really does benefit you to get the power on nice and early and able to present yourself in a good spot for Maggots and Beckett for 2 difficult corners here. Turn 10, turn 11, into turn 12, into the left hand side. So once again, wait for the autopilot to conclude, get across the line, set us up. There's Monster Energy sign, start braking right at that point. I'm going to go a bit later for you this time around so you can see the difference. I do prefer the tighter line rather than the middle, but from Copson now into Maggots, we're going to go into the middle there, start braking. It's very difficult to brake at an angle like that, so make sure you're not doing too much front brake. Do too much and you'll end up crashing. So now for the final sector, into the left hand side for turn 12, keep over to the right now for the right hander for Beckett, keep it in as tight as you can but without going over that white line to the right, and then move over into Chapel for turn 14. Now you do have the option of using the ride height device, but I didn't really use it in any point of this track. See the white lines on your track there, start braking as you get to about the 2nd one. You can brake as late as the 3rd, but I do prefer braking at that 2nd white line on the circuit. Brake right underneath the craft sign here, right on the shadow, nice and firm on the brakes. Downshift to 1st as you get right into the corner Vale. That gives you enough oomph coming out to turn 16 and then 17. Now into the right hand side, gentle, 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 gentle with acceleration, and then gradually bring on the power. So let's see sector 4 one more time. In 2nd gear or the 3rd, it's either up to you, but into Beckett's nice and tight. Go into the middle of the circuit and launch to the left. You have the option here of using the ride height device, so I'll show you what that's like. As I say, you can use it if you want to, but I prefer not to. Keep over to your left hand side, there is a white line. There's a couple of white lines, but brake right at the 2nd white line. Quite gentle upon the brakes this time around for Stowe, but it's good enough to get us his lap time, and that's all that really matters. So brake right underneath into the shadow of the craft sign. Start braking into Vale, downshift to 1st. Gently move over their bike into the right hand side of the curve of 17, and look how smooth we are in acceleration here. not even 50% was pressed during that corner, and that's what it takes to nail that last corner. So I'm going to run by a couple of laps for you now, just so you can achieve the lap time of a 1:59.280, pretty much what we've been discussing already, but brake right at the rumble strip to your left hand side there. Went a little bit deep this time around, a little bit uneven and unstable upon the brakes, but we're still going to stick to the same plan. Stay in third gear, swing the bike over to the left and back into the right for the village corner. Downshifted a bit prematurely there for first gear, but it's okay. Into the loop, a little bit deep, but smooth on the acceleration. Nice quick upshift into second, move over to the left for Aintree, and then line the bike up. That's it, just gradually straighten the bike out. Don't need to be pushing it or pulling in an aggressive manner, just nice and smooth is the key. Into Brooklands for turn 6, a little bit deep, but it's not a problem. The front tyre getting a bit warm there as well. We were braking quite late upon the front brake, but not downshifting to first gear this time around. It's not really necessary. Over to the right hand side, but be careful to be smooth in acceleration. Think of yourself as Alex Rins coming out of Woodcut to beat Marc Marquez in 2019. He was so smooth on the throttle, just what you need to do to navigate that corner there. A little bit deep for Cops, but it's not a problem because you'll work your way over to get into Maggots. As you can see on screen right now, braking on that angle, being careful upon the brakes. The brakes never receive 100% input in corners like those because it's too risky to hit the brake fully. Going to go 50%, 75%, just bear in mind if you're trying to replicate what we're doing here today. Not using the ride height device again, but onto the hanger straight. We'll prepare ourselves for the brakes here onto the left hand side. There it is, that white line on the left hand side of the circuit is ideal for braking. It's brilliantly done, so you will know exactly where to brake. Of course, this one is probably one of the best examples I can give. Right there on the shadow will pretty much get you stopped there every single time going into turn 16 for Vale. A little bit wider here so you can then bring it in nice and tight for the club corner. Nice and smooth upon the acceleration across the line. That is the goal. Okay then guys, let's do this one more time just to really get the point across now, and hopefully you guys can pick this up and take the momentum of this video and do this in your own game. So nice and early upon the brakes, this time a little bit more stable. Look at the difference we made into Abbey for turn 1. Back into the left hand side, still using the same idea, not upshifting to fourth, not going downshifting. It's not necessary as we go really tight to the apex of village and then into the loop for turn 4. So coming out to the left hand side now, we're going to be aiming for Aintree. We're going to be aiming for it and then looking ahead towards where the bridge is, because if we look into the corner, you're going to go too tight and you're going to end up ruining it. So once you've gone into the straight, then back on the brakes after getting close to the rumble strip and the bright green part on the outside of the circuit, that gives you a chance to brake into Brooklands. So downshifting a bit prematurely there into Luffield, don't worry about that, but we do now have power setting 3 with gear 1 to get that nice oomph coming out to the right hander for Woodcut. There we are, getting a bit too close to the apex, but here, brake before the Monster Energy sign, and that'll put you in a nice spot for Cop's corner. It's still following the racing line as we try and straighten the bike up. Move over to the right so you can get that swing going into Maggots. Nice and early upon the brakes, nice and gentle as we manoeuvre the gas over to the right hand side, back into the left and then just rolling into the right for Beckett's. A little bit deep, but it's not a problem. Keep over to the right and then launch it in anger to the left for Chapel. And then of course you have then the opportunity of using the ride height device, which I didn't use once again on this particular lap. Look over to the left, there's a couple of white lines. Start braking at the one you feel best at. Usually between the last one and the second one is usually the best way to go, but it all depends on your own playstyle and how you tend to prefer to do it. So braking at the craft sign, I can't tell you a better braking spot than that one. Downshifting to first into 16, back across into the right hand side for the curve of 17 corner, and then back once more into the right for club corner to complete all of the sectors and laps, all with the goal times. So there you are then guys, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the like button and can let me know if you want to see more of these. And finally, consider joining the DrAce pit crew to be part of the team. Thanks for watching guys, ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.